And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Ken Falconer. Now, Ken, I have recently just had the pleasure of spending a whole week with you in Spain while we were all learning the Bunny Talk process again as trainers. Okay, so you are now a trainer as well of the Bunny Talk process, and it is absolutely fantastic to have you on here so that we can tell people that you are now training it.
Okay,
So,
yes.
thank you. And so tell me, Ken, what did you like most about it? You know, tell me what your takeaways were.
Right, the takeaway from the Bunny Talk. I've been a therapist for, 15 years? But the Bunny Talk, I got introduced to it just last year. And I liked the way it was packaged. The Bunny Talk has some kind of rounding up packaging to it. It's a full package. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's specifically for children, but adults can also go through the process so easily. But the children, they don't even know they're going through therapy. They don't even know they're going through this change because they're actually playing.
I know.
And this is what was really good with the Bunny Talk. Now, one of the important bits that I would say, and the big takeaway was with me, that it's quite often bringing the parents in for that first session to explain to them what the Bunny Talk is all about. Because when the child comes, it is just play for a child. But the changes that can be made are phenomenal. So, when I've worked with children for quite a number of years, and I've used different processes. But the Bunny Talk, why is it different? Well, the child is coming in and they're coming into their world. They're coming into their sensory world. They're coming into their play world. They may have habits and behaviors which mum or dad wants to bring them in to sort out habits and behaviors. But we all know they come like it's like a child that's maybe having tantrums and banging doors and stamping feet. Sometimes you have to ask, why are they having tantrums and slamming doors and stamping their feet?
Yeah, they get
And
curious.
and the child doesn't understand why it behaves that way, but you explain that to their parents at the start. There's different triggers, and that's one of the big things you have with the Bunny Talk is triggers. I don't want to really go into the process too much, but there are triggers that we form with the Bunny Talk, and these triggers can give us feelings of happiness and joy and love and confidence, all these things. But when the child comes in, they're being brought for a reason. The child hasn't chosen to be there themselves. So therefore, we bring in the child, and I'm only talking about children at this moment, Claudia. You know that, I can work with people my age, over 60, but just for the younger people. They're brought into an environment, a caring environment, mums with them, dads with them, whoever can be with them, for the first session.
Yeah.
Listen, if a child can't verbalize how it feels, that doesn't matter. Sometimes a child can come in and, well, how are you feeling? The shoulder shrug. But how do you feel? Feel meh. It doesn't matter, because with the Bunny Talk process, we can still get to the root cause. And I still don't want to talk too much about it and explain the process too much, because the people watching this can go into your YouTube videos and all and watch it. They can go and find it. They can see the Bunny Talk being practiced. But what happens is, through the play of that child, you can actually physically see the change. You can see weight dropping off. You can see the smiles appear, and you can see their wee faces just brightening up and their physiology changing right in front of you. And then quite often they'll say, well, that feeling that you come in with, it's almost, what feeling? What?
Yeah,
It's not there. It's not there anymore.
it's just
So
gone.
that's what I like about it, is coming in, using it in a playful way with children that they can understand, that they can be part of,
Mm.
and we can get that therapeutic joy coming back into that child. But not only that, looking forward, it actually builds them full of confidence. It builds them full of marvel that they can now step forward
I
and do
know.
things that you wouldn't have been able to do before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, short question, maybe a long answer there, Claudia, but it's just exciting to see change. It
It
really is.
Well, and we all, any change workers watching this, we all know that you're already brilliant in your own right. We know that. It's just sometimes it's like, oh, well, what else could I do? How can I make this more fun for myself as well? And the brilliant thing it is about actually, I really enjoy all of my sessions because it is so much fun. And I never exactly know what is going to happen because, of course, by the nature of it, our clients are all different and wonderfully unique. And the thing is that this Bunny Talk isn't just for children. It is for the teens. As I say, we see the parents first, but it is for our own inner child. And I don't know yet if you've had the opportunity to work with somebody for their inner child using the Bunny Talk. It is absolutely amazing how they actually naturally, you can see them getting younger and younger, and they just go, oh my gosh, and they're all over the paper, they're all over everything. I know we don't want to go into the process. However, the benefits are that literally it is life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And not only emotional feelings, but also physical behaviors.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where it's important. Quite often, when we get our clients, they're not coming because what's emotional. Quite often, they come because of their behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
And behaviors like a very important one, just picking
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in their skin. Maybe starts off, I can't do it with my head, but maybe starts with rolling your hair into a wee curl, but then the next thing is starting to be pulled. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Tics. I've had clients come to me with tics and stammers.
Mm-hmm.
These are behavioral things. Maybe that wee shy voice is always quiet. And why is it always quiet?
Yeah.
Why is it not projecting more, covering the mouth?
Yeah.
All these wee behavioral things that we can see. And as trainers of the Bunny Talk, we're trained to recognize these and be able to help that child with them.
Yeah. I always bring that in. The body language is really important to watching, calibrating all the time, see what's going on, because it's a very kinesthetic way of working and visual. And it's we get into where children are, but our own inner child, where that person is. So it's moving about a lot and a lot of play, and yeah, as I say, it's not just sitting and listening and maybe reading and recording a script for somebody because they have a certain issue and these words in here could help them. It's real change work. Yeah.
There are other types of therapy where the children and even the adults who come have been listening to someone talk to them for a long time.
Yeah.
With the Bunny Talk, the children are on the floor playing with toys. And they don't even understand what's happening.
No, I know they're acting it out, or is it taking the work?
Yes, so it's enjoyable. I would say it's enjoyable for the younger, even get into the teenagers and the parents maybe of those children. Yes, there's more emotional intelligence that they will learn.
Mm-hmm.
And when they learn that, they're backing up their children 100% because now we actually teach them
Yeah.
what can trigger their child off.
Yeah. They
And
get those
every
aha
child,
moments.
every child is different. I had twin boys, and even those twin boys, chalk and cheese. They had different triggers. They had different things that annoyed them. You know, I was talking to one last night. Uh, his brother, he was quite sporty, so he was jiu-jitsu, and he says, I hated it when my brother came in and tried to practice the moves on me. You know,
Oh,
so the other guy did move on to you know fight for Northern Ireland in jiu-jitsu, but he did cage fight and all. But the other brother, the twin brother, who was not sporty in that way, he was just telling me last night, oh, Dad, and he used to come in and practice only because I was the same size. So you can see how the same thing can give so much joy to one person, give so much. Ah, he
yeah.
said it
Hold
was.
that inside. I mean, that's a physical thing. He'll hold that in him.
Yeah,
He didn't like it. So it's like, where is that? Yeah. So
yeah.
it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Okay, so Ken, what are your plans moving forward with the Bunny Talk process? You're going to be training online, in person, Ireland,
I
England.
I'll do a hybrid. We'll do them both.
Okay.
Online, yes. Listen, you can train all around the world online, so you have a massive, massive opportunity to help more people. But
Yeah.
I also like the personal touch. I also like someone coming in to the office and looking at the whites of their eyes, I suppose, actually seeing the change right in front of you, the physiology, even the tone in the voice, the confidence coming through live. I just love to do the live stuff. So the people, as a trainer now, I think it's very, very important now to start training. And I would say every parent who has a child at primary school age probably should go through this process with themselves, never mind their kids,
Right.
just for them to be ready to meet all the challenges that may happen
Yeah.
with their children growing up. But I would also like to train youth workers.
Okay.
I would also like to train maybe counsellors who are working with children on a daily basis. I would like to train school teachers, or at least one person within a school,
Yeah. The
to
school counselor. Yeah.
and have that school counsellor trained in this method,
Yeah.
because it's hands-on and it's primary school, and the kids are doing exactly
Yeah.
through this process what they do in school anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, Ken, because with teachers, they wouldn't necessarily be doing the change work with the child, but they can be doing like a fun activity with them. And then they can learn to anchor in, because it's NLP, anchoring in good things, if you like.
Yeah,
And the more a child, when you have you know participated in a drawing activity, anchor it in. When you've all worked well as a team, anchor it in. All the good things. It's not about that one person's drawing was better than another's. It's actually the giving it a go that always needs to be anchored in. Oh, I did it. I didn't say no, I'm not. I just participated in an activity, and it's just the more we have good things on, then we're going to build more resilient children for when there is, say, a time of adversity, because they can power that magic that they have running
yes,
through their fingers, that they do things, that they can believe in themselves, they can be all they can be as much as they can, because everybody's different, in whatever, activity. It's like, oh yes, everybody's going to give a show and tell. At the end, if you've done your show and tell, anchor it in. You did it. And that's what teachers can actually do. Of course, they won't necessarily be able to do if there's a change work, but they can tell the counsellor, I noticed this on their drawing. Can you see them? It's a way of identifying an issue, perhaps. So yeah, it is very exciting, and I'm so pleased you're on the team.
And listen, it's exciting to be on the team. It really is. I'm looking forward to going forward with it. Yes, last week we were in Spain. We're setting ourselves up now to step forward with gusto. Listen, and help the world one person at a time.
Yeah.
That's what our job is, one person at a time.
Yeah.
And if you can see the change in that person, if you can see the pain being removed, and whether that be emotional pain, whether it be physical pains, just to see that person. And I'm not going to speak about children so much now. I'm going to speak it because Bunny Talk, of course, can be used for everyone.
Yeah.
So, you know, and what we need to do, and it gives us this feeling of gratitude inside, is celebrate a win. Just celebrate a win, will you? Honestly. and we have wins every day. And because we don't recognize them, the whole thing becomes a bit mundane. You know, like I was just thinking, this is lambing season, and I know a few farmers. And, you know, I'm saying every single lamb that's born, you celebrate it. It's a win. It's a win.
It's life.
Yeah, there's new life has just been born, and this is your harvest now. It's, you know, if you were a farmer in the ground, their harvest would be maybe at the end of the autumn time. But
yeah.
every new birth is a win for that farmer, and celebrate it and see it as that. You know, when good things happen to you, celebrate it as a win, and guess what? You'll see a lot more often.
Yeah.
Your mindset changes, and you see a lot more.
Well, that's wonderful, because I love that, Ken, because bunnies breed a lot. So there we go. The more bunnies you all get, the bigger the burrow.
Yeah.
And then, as you say, more people will be helped. They're being helped anyway. This process is change work through play, and it's fun for us as practitioners as well. And as you've already said, it is for everybody. So it works very effectively, very efficiently, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you, Ken. Thank you for believing in me and joining. You know, it's absolutely wonderful to have you on board. So it really is. So and I, we'll stay in touch, of course. So thank you, Ken. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. And Ken, I'll put his website in, and you can find him if you want to see him yourself for help, or if you want to become a practitioner through Ken and get trained as a Bunny Talk practitioner, you can do that with Ken or myself. So it's up to you. Anyway, take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. It's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Ken.
Goodbye.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.